So this week on Gospel Music Buzz, we have the honor and the privilege of having DOE Jones with us. She is the She is the three-time Grammy Award nominated artist, recently signed to Jonathan McReynolds' Life Room label. Dominique Jones, DOE, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm really excited about this interview.
You've been pretty busy, man. This is the busy month. This is just like, man, you got a lot going on. So we're just excited, to be here with you.
I do. I have a lot going on this month. I think the next month is like a little bit thinner, but the way things have been going, people are doing, they're just calling people when they see an opening, because you just never know when things are going to change.
Exactly. Right. You gotta capitalize and take it away.
So even though we're all melted and all cool, Sherwin's got some icebreakers for you.
Yeah, I got a quick few icebreakers. Don't worry, nothing crazier out there. So look at her face. So iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Oh, okay. Seltzer or flat water?
Oh, it depends on the mood.
Okay.
Because sometimes I be trying to be fancy. That's what the seltzer water is for.
Okay, I feel you with that. Now, Windows or Mac OS for your laptop? What do you?
Mac.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just asking the questions there.
I'm gonna need you to assume, my brother. I'm gonna need you to assume.
Dog or cat person?
Dog.
Okay. Do you have a dog right now?
Nope. I had one. If I had to choose, though, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. If I had to choose, I had a dog for 3 months and quickly realized, hey, it's not
a lot of work.
Yeah, I found him a new family.
Yeah, a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie to you with that.
Yeah.
And now the last question here. Now, how is it working with Jonathan as a boss? Is he a mean boss or a nice one? And don't worry, you can tell us. We don't have to stream it. You can tell us. Go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, he's not my boss.
Get it right. Set the record straight.
Number 2, Jonathan's like really quirky, and just as quirky and intellectual and analytical as he comes across on his page, So you're in for all of that. He's an incredible musician, really great wordsmith. So you get to see like the artist that you hear on the, you know what I mean? You just can hear how his brain works when you hear those lyrics and how songs are put together. You get to see that. You see, let's see, what's that phrase? You get what you see? That's not it. That's not the phrase. What is it?
What's wrong with that? That's a real common phrase.
I said it right.
I think that is it.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
It's like 6 o'clock, brain farts all over the place.
What you see is what you get. There we go. We got it.
That's it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. That's good. So now we've been informed.
Yeah, totally informed.
So how was the tour? I mean, we're in that vein about John McReynolds and you guys' working relationship, but how was the tour that just ended?
Yeah, so we filmed so obviously everybody's having to learn how to work differently. We filmed 4 different experiences for 4 different types of people that are looking for that experience that kind of defines them, right? So we had we should have done a quirky people, but we did we had free people that just want like a fun experience. We did passionate for worship people that want that deep worship experience. We did deep people for people that are more poetic. And then I can't remember the other. Churchy. Yeah. Churchy for the people that want to go to church. Yes, and that churchy people and free people was probably my favorite of all of our sets. I think that those ones were my favorite. So it was like really cool to watch them. My friends were like, "Oh my God, come over and watch it with us," and I wanted to be like, "No thanks," because I don't like to watch something that I haven't had the opportunity to pick apart by myself if I'm looking at me. And I just didn't know, you know, because like you're singing to a camera lens and you don't know how it's going to translate, especially with the artsy stuff. It wasn't like worship where we just press through, we go in, all the attention is on the Lord and who he is and the beauty of his holy, you know what I mean? Yeah. This was more taking an artist approach to presenting Jesus. And I was like really nervous, but I think it went over really well, actually.
I think so as well too, indeed.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. And you talked about worship. Where do you worship? Where do you fellowship?
So, you know, it's been so weird because all of my life I've been super involved in a church, whether in youth ministry for 12 years, I was a youth pastor for 1 year in worship ministry for a while. And so like, this is what I tell people, that when I'm in town, I go to my dad's church and just do what I can, hop on the piano when he's speaking and he needs some music behind him. But I'm kind of in a transitional season. And so I'm figuring all of that out. I know that I could say that I go to Transformation because I'm on their stage all the time. Okay. And we, you know, we'll get together once a month and get those worship services fleshed out, and which is really cool because I've come to an even greater understanding of God being omnipresent and that he can speak to us in one moment for someone who will be watching 2 weeks from then. And it's just really cool. So I feel like I'm fellowshipping in a lot of different places, but when I live somewhere in my next season or my next city that I plop down in, I'm so excited to find a church home and just kind of be, you know what I mean? Find community and really connect. That's not the best answer, but it is what it is.
No, I mean, that's where you're at right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Right. And definitely. It sounds like your heart is to settle down somewhere, but right now, because of your schedule, in and out, and daddy's home is his home. So.
I was just gonna say that. So yes, so there's that too. Yeah. So before we move on, when we were talking about those people tour, which one of those people would you say you're more so committed to?
Committed to?
No, when you out of those people, would you say you're more churchy, deep? Like which one of those people would you be?
So I'm probably a mixture of passionate people and deep people.
Passionate and deep.
I could do any churchy experience because I grew up around it all. I did say churchy was one of my favorites. But from the
melting pot.
Yeah, from the inside. Okay, but I wouldn't say that I'm always like free people. Just give me a good song and some good lyrics that like hit me in the chest, you know, and say, listen here. Like that's what I need. You know, I could go in on that in some worship on some deep songs too.
Right. And those songs are great musically, lyrically. Yeah, how was it to perform and minister on those tracks?
I remember the first time I heard it and they were like, Jonathan was like, will you sing at my live recording? And so I was like, of course, you know, I've always loved Jonathan's artistry. And so when I first heard it, I just knew like, this is a really big song. It's a very powerful song. I was probably overthinking the vocal performance when I first heard it, but you just can't, you just know. Like there are those songs where you just know. And the cool thing about Jonathan is that he writes messages into his music, like full on, you know, a message that you would get on a Sunday morning at church. Like if you sang any of those songs, normally probably what would happen is the preacher would get up and be like, let's go back into that song. What's that song? Let's go back. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even get to the word because it's like no need, you know? So yeah, that was a cool experience. I loved being able to be there. His musicians are amazing. I know you guys have probably seen him in concert. Have you?
Yeah. We saw when he came through. When he came through New York.
We rock out.
Always front and center when he's there.
Yes. So it's always a free ticket too for me to go and enjoy his concerts if I.
But see, even with, were you gonna say something, Shana?
No, go ahead, sure.
No, I was gonna say, but even with Jonathan, I think the first time I saw you live was at the so it was at the Stellar Awards at the Emerging Artist stage that Jonathan was hosting, and I believe you, yes, exactly. So you were there, and that kind of like, I was like, oh, okay, nice. When you did your set there, I think it was you, Will, and someone else did something there at the time too.
Jabari
Yes, Jabari.
and Jordan Armstrong.
Yep. So that was amazing. And then you also played and you sang. So at that time, did you kind of knew since then, like, hey, this is what's gonna happen with Jonathan? They were talk about the label and all of that, or that was nowhere even being discussed at the time?
When was that? 2019?
29. Yeah, that's 2019. Maybe like what, April or so, roughly, when they had the Stellar Awards.
Oh my gosh. Wait, where are we? Okay, so that's a year and a half ago. I don't think we were talking about that, but I will say this. Years ago, when I was like super discouraged, I could be wrong because my memory is like, but I do remember this. Years ago, I was really discouraged, and Jonathan and I have been friends for a while, and I was like, I don't know if I want to sing anymore. Like, maybe I should just do what I wished someone like Whitney would have done and just like teach kids, and you know what I mean, plant the seed there. I thought the dream had died, really. I thought I missed it. And he said to me, why don't you just wait till I start my label? And I remember being like, I'm not gonna sit around and wait till you start your label. I'm not about to sit around, what if another opportunity? And lo and behold,
wow.
Right.
Here we are. Yeah. So it's kind of cool, getting to see my friend do something that was in his heart years ago. It's not easy to do something like that, start a label.
Definitely.
Yeah. So he's making room. See what I did there?
Look
for
at
other
that.
artists to come through, and hopefully in the near future I can do that even for more female artists to do stuff like start a label or own some stuff in the industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once it's in your heart and it already is, right? It's coming from a pure place. Go for it.
Yeah.
Tell us about Brighter.
Brighter's the oldest. Brighter's the oldest song on the EP, and it's still, I love it when I have a song that is still fresh after so many years. And oftentimes I think it just takes like reworking the production of it to really bring it back to life. But that was one of those songs that just like still had something on it. And I'm talking about like probably 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it was less. I don't know, because I've lost track of time, but it was a long time ago. And I mean, the music is just the encasing for the powerful message, which is just that your light is enhanced when you shine for the original light and when you're others centered. And I was just thinking about how like I have this internal processor that is music based. Like I need music to understand and express life and my journey. And so I like to use my brain for you and use it to write songs for you. You're getting all of the best of me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where that came from.
Even the video, like just talk a little bit about the video, because I'm watching the video and I was like, okay, this is very creative, and I'm just watching a different part and with the kids and everything. So kind of step us through a little bit about that.
Yeah, I could take no credit for that because Nathan Edwards is the producer for the music video. I love the way that he paints colors. I love the way that he paints Black people in his videos, the way that he makes us look. And so they mentioned his name and sent me some of his stuff, and I was like, yes, this guy right here, he's just really great. So we went out to this like cabin in Atlanta. Didn't even know Atlanta had mountains and stuff and hills.
Wow.
And there was like this hidden creek where people go and hang out. And he was like, we're getting in the water. Are you okay? We're getting in the water. And I was like, I'm fine. And so he just pushed the limits, and I'm cool with that. I want to get the best visual we can for this song. I didn't have a storyline idea. It just it is what it is. It's self-explanatory. So
nice. Well, it was lovely done for sure.
Yeah, it was well done.
Talk to us about your transition from Forever Jones to DOE.
Yeah, that has been let's see where we at. That's been like a 6-year transition, really. I felt in my heart the release to do that in 2014. stepped out, did a prayer tool, which was called Access. And that was just to help people pray. Music helps you stay longer sometimes in prayer than you would without it. And so I did that. That was like my seed in the ground for this season right now. And then I just started like trying stuff out and recording stuff and putting it out as a single. You know, you feel all official when you're like, I didn't even know there was like a day when singles are released. I thought the day was whatever I made it, you know, so didn't know what I was doing. But I felt so official, like, yeah, I'm dropping a single on this day. And so it's just been this whole journey. My family's been super supportive. My brother was one of the producers on this, continuously helps me flesh these ideas out and pushes me to not just write another pretty Christian song, but to really dig deep within myself and pull out the good stuff that everybody's going to relate to.
And I love that. I've always wondered about, great writers and their writing process, and how much of it is kind of like a collaborative effort. How much of it, after you've written the draft of it, do you share with only certain people, or does it depend on the type of song it is, who you go to?
Yeah, it does kind of depend. I mean, because probably what people are going to think with this question is, does she share the secular ones with her pastors and her yada yada? Maybe, I don't know, but I do. Because I had great pastors that have a really great perspective about music and the power of music, and that it's not just supposed to be used in corporate vertical expression to the Lord, but can also, and this, my parents too. My parents are pastors, but they weren't weird about stuff. They weren't religious about stuff. So they understood, that songs are also there to help us have better interactions with each other, You know what I'm saying? All of that's godly. Healthy anything is godly. So
indeed, but even growing up, and being in a group, and being in a group with your family and all that, like how was that? Because I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I'm getting some Jackson 5 vibes, like, so who would been Michael, who's Janet? Like how was that?
Who's Janet? It was so much fun. And then it was like intense at times. We walked through some stuff, but we walked through it together. We were always open and communicating with each other about how certain things made us feel. And I think that is important when you're working with your family, because we never wanted anything to happen that would alter our relationships forever in a bad way. So yeah, it just was like, I mean, obviously there, people have wondered when I was going to do something solo for a long time, but one of the things I love to do is to, even though I'm the one that's, probably doing this and more seeing, all of my siblings are incredibly musical. And anytime they put anything out, I do my best to support them and to let people know. And when you hear their music, I'm not just doing it because they're family, it's because they're really good. So I think just being genuine and keeping all your thoughts at the forefront and talking through stuff and pushing your family members to support in any way they can, that's always been very important for us. And so we're the normal family. We have arguments and disagreements and stuff, but we just have had to work through it because we refuse to lose each other. That's not even an option.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what do your family members do? What instruments do they play? Which ones sing?
Yeah. So Judah, he goes by Sinaj now. He's a drummer and he's an amazing producer. DeWitt, he played the bass. He was the kid with the dreads. He's probably the most musical one out of all of us. He could play every instrument. He writes. He has a silky smooth voice. He lives in New York right now. Maya, she's the baby. We used to give her a microphone with nothing plugged into it because she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. And now I will watch her videos and sob and just cry because she's turned into this really amazing worship leader. My sister, Janelle, she plays guitar. She's an incredible writer, songwriter, singer. Her husband is a producer. He plays keys. He didn't know what he was marrying into, but he got married and had to be a part of Forever Jones right off the bat. His name is Nathaniel. And I think that's everybody, yeah. And then I play guitar and piano as well.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Guitar and piano.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and my dad played keys, actually. Sorry, I forgot about mom and dad. Dad played keys and he wrote a lot. And mom played percussion and would sing and write.
It's all in the book.
That's a lot going on there.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
So I mean, you know, we were talking about the single earlier and about how packed October is for you. So there's something else also that's happening towards the ending of October. So, you know, and we're not talking about Halloween here, but you know, talk to us. What's happening there?
You know, we're gonna take Halloween on and we're gonna have a harvest party release. No, I'm kidding. I'm
party. Huh? A hallelujah party.
Hallelujah party. Yeah.
That's what we used to do.
Can I just say that my mom used to dress us up as Bible characters and make us hand out scriptures?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, I think I was Esther or Miriam. Like, my outfit came with an explanation. I should have been walking around with a manual or something. It's so funny. But yeah, so I'm releasing an EP on the 30th. And I'm really, really excited about it. Like I said, my songs are conversational. There's definitely I'm a worshiper, so there's gonna be some vertical stuff on there. But the first introduction that they get of me in a 5-song collection will be very conversational and horizontal. And I'm excited about that because I've always been an artist in that way, but I haven't had the opportunity to really express that side of myself. And I think people are gonna be blessed by what I've learned throughout life and me putting that into a song.
I mean, I definitely think, go ahead, Chanel.
I'm sorry, but I'm just so looking forward to that. Because having this conversation, not interview, but conversation with you, I'm truly looking forward to hearing your heart in music form. Like,
yeah, thank you.
It's great to have this conversation, but to hear the melodies and the music that are going to accompany your spirit is just going to be a wonderful experience for me.
Thank you. I'm excited too. I'm excited.
So you mentioned five tracks. Now tell us a little bit about the production. So who's the producer that's on this?
There are a few. There's Lil Man, Daryl Howe, and he works a lot with Jonathan. And he's just like, as an individual, just a great human being, but like he's a maestro. Like, he devours music. He can tell you what snare was on this album in the 80s, and just this young cat that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my homework. I'm not just gonna be good. I'm gonna do my homework.
He did a lot of stuff for others too. I think he did for like Bree and Jessica Reedy and a few others. So yeah, definitely I've heard his name. Yeah, he's
very well rounded.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So Judah, obviously, I told you guys that Judah's a producer on here. I'm a producer on the record. Jonathan's a producer. Nice. I think that's it. But there's so many brains that came together to make this thing happen, and it has come together.
I mean, I think this is going to be phenomenal. I mean,
Thank you.
Like everyone, I think when Brighter was released and everyone is just kind of, you know, waiting, and then when the announcement and then Brighter and everything happened, it was just like such an awesome track. It just embodied everything I think that everyone already knew about you as an artist. But if there was any doubts anywhere along the line, you kind of cleared all those doubts up, like, hey, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. And this is me. Enjoy it.
Is that
what you want?
Right up.
But it was phenomenal. I mean, I can put that song on at any time, and it's just a complete vibe in the house. Like, just
thank you.
Utter vibe. So yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure the EP is gonna be even better. So it's gonna be a great time. We're looking forward to that for sure.
Thank you so much. That means the world.
Tell our listeners where they can find your music and what's coming up next with you.
Woo woo. Okay, so my music is on all streaming platforms. Why do I do that? It's on all streaming platforms. Google, Google Play. I almost said Google Plus. Google Play, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, everywhere. YouTube, and you guys can follow me on Instagram at DoJones Music, and Twitter. It's the same it's the same handle. Type in Doe to Facebook and follow me there. I'm gonna tell you though, I'm most active on Instagram. And then YouTube, I'm constantly posting stuff for you guys, music videos, and I'm doing a lot more talking now. I feel like that's something I need to do, and so I love interacting with people and just having a good time. And then my website is dojonesmusic.com. Super easy to remember.
dojonesmusic.com, and I'm sure everything that Doe just shared, you'll also find there on her website.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us, Doe. We send you love and hugs because we're so excited to be able to connect with you. And COVID kept us apart physically, but ain't gonna keep us apart virtually. We're still gonna have
that's right. That's the Church of God will prevail.
Indeed, and we can't wait to see you live when you come through New York. We will be there. We will be screaming. We will be in the front having fun. So yes, thanks so much again for coming on with us, guys. Download, stream Brighter by Doe. Look out for that EP that's coming. When you're out there picking up your Halloween costume, make sure you pick up that EP because
it's
gonna be there. It's gonna be there.
You think about Esther and Miriam that Doe was as a child.
Exactly. Just buy it.
It's your hallelujah candy.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you guys.
All right.
All right.